Hi everyone, it's Nikki here. We are going to do a lovely all levels practice today, nice and short for you actually, so certainly building towards some big peak poses or opportunity to sort of work the body in challenging ways, but definitely we're going to try to do so really quickly and effectively so that we move in a way that has impact very quickly, and we'll use the breath as well to help us do that. So we are actually going to start standing. So if you have a mat, that's great. If you don't, as long as you have a comfortable space, you are good. We can start with the arms down alongside the body, right? And with mountain pose, you think generally the toes are a tiny bit closer than the heels, right? There is a sense of the inner thighs kind of moving towards the space behind you. It's really subtle, right? In the front body, sort of knit the ribs together. The arms can hang down alongside the body here, right? And even as you lengthen away from the earth, there's a sense of the shoulders falling away from the ears. Great. On your next inhale, let's take the arms up and overhead, extended mountain. Right, as you exhale, fold forwards, arms through center or out to the sides. Right, take a half lift, big breath in, and then exhale, fold. All the way up, extended mountain. Fold forwards. Right, half lift, big breath in, and then we exhale, fold. Good, extended mountain rise. Try not to lift the chin to the last moment. And as you exhale, tuck the chin and fold forwards, right? So the neck is long, right? Halfway lift, take the gaze down, hands pressing into shins, thighs, or even earth. Exhale, fold. And we'll come up one more time, extended mountain, nice, big reach. Fold forwards here, empty completely. Right, halfway lift, nice big breath in. And then plant the hands and step the right foot back. Right, drop the right knee down. And just pause, right? Take a moment, adjust through the stance. Right, hands can come to this front left thigh as you lift up. Right, we want a sense of like coming out of the hips a little bit and then just lengthening the tailbone and sort of shortening in the front body. It's just enough to feel it engaged through that right leg, right? Keep the right arm down alongside the body here. And so with that engagement and that length through the low back and front body, take a big breath in, press the hips down and forward, sweep the right arm up. And then as you exhale, just lift up, but leave the length in the low back, right? Inhale, come forwards. Exhale, release. Great, 2 more times. In and out. Good, last one. In and release. Great, we'll come back into the lunge and stay. Now extend the right arm up, right? Think of drawing the thumb back in space a little here. So adding this deeper stretch. And if you have space, just a slight reach over to the left as well. Great, 2 more breaths. Good, and we'll release, come up through center and plant the hands, right? Right toes tuck, right knee lifts, and nice and slow step forwards. Right, come into a halfway lift and just bring your hands to the low back, right? The fingers point same way as tailbone, the palms face down. Squeeze the elbows towards the sky, right? A soft or even maybe a generous bend in the knees here, but trying to keep the body parallel with the earth. 2 more breaths. And then we'll come all the way up to stand, still squeezing the elbows back. On your next inhale, now release the arms, reach them up and overhead, gaze can follow fingers. And then tuck the chin, then start the exhale, fold. Right, we'll take a halfway lift. And then the hands plant to step the left foot back, right? Dropping the left knee down. Right, take a moment to find your length here. And then both hands to the front thigh. We'll lift the hips just enough to lengthen through the tailbone, or I always think of it as shortening hip bones and low ribs, or the space between them. Right? Then that left arm comes down alongside the body, right? As you inhale, you sink the hips forwards, you keep the engagement in the core, and then you exhale, release the arm, come out of the hips a little here. Good, inhale, come forwards, right? Exhale, release. 2 more times, inhale forwards, out to release. Good. Last one. In and release. Good. Now we'll come back into the lunge and we'll stay, right? So that left arm comes up. Reach as high as you can. You can flip the palm in, thumb back. Right? You might reach back a little here, challenging and deepening the stretch, and maybe even over a little to the right, adding even more work, right, into those deep muscles on the left side here. Great. 2 more breaths. Good. We'll come back up. Right, plant the hands, left toes tuck, left knee lifts, and we'll step forwards. Right, come into your halfway lift, interlace the hands at the low back, thumbs press into the low back, squeeze the elbows to the sky. Right, soft or generous bend in the knees. We'll take a couple breaths. And we're gonna fold from here. Keep the arms as they are, right? Thumbs are still anchored at the low back. We fold, the head and neck relax. Right, take another breath, still squeezing elbows to sky. And then come all the way up to stand. Once you're there, reach the arms up and overhead. Tuck the chin, right? Exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift, big breath in. Right, hands plant, step the right foot back, drop the right knee down, right? Inhale up to your lunge. Exhale, stay. Big breath in, more reach. Good, fold, plant the hands, step back to plank pose here. Right, from your plank, lower your knees, take a nice big breath in, and lower all the way down to the earth. Try to keep elbows over wrists so the heart moves forward. Right, release the top of the feet, sweep the arms back alongside the body. Inhale, just lift the heart. Exhale, stay. Good, lift a little higher, breath in. Exhale, stay. Last breath, higher, and release. Good, hands under shoulders, tuck the toes, press the knees into the earth. Little lift of the pelvis, big breath in, right? We'll press up low, and then high, and then down dog. Right leg, reach it straight up and back, right? Take a nice big breath in, right? Exhale, right knee comes forwards and sneak that foot between the hands. Drop the left knee down. Right, low lunge, second side. Inhale up, and we exhale, stay. Another breath in, and then fold, plant the hands. Step the left foot forwards next to the right. Halfway lift, interlace the fingers at the back. Exhale, fold, squeeze elbows to sky, or maybe fly the arms off the back here. Take a couple extra breaths in this fold. Great, release the arms first. We'll come all the way up to stand, extended mountain, nice big reach. Exhale, fold forwards. Flat back, inhale. Hands plant, left foot back to lunge, right? Drop the knee, and inhale, come up. Right, exhale, stay. Another breath in. Fold. Plant the hands, right? Stepping back to plank pose here, right? You can stay on the toes or drop the knees. It's really where you can lower in a straight, strong line. Take another big breath in, and then slowly lower all the way down, right? Heart lands just a moment before the hips. Extend the arms back alongside the body, turn the palms down. Feet are anchored, right? The inner calves turn to the sky, the outer ankles turn back into center. On your inhale, lift the heart. Right, shoulders rolling down and away from the ears. Exhale, stay. Next inhale, lift the hands. Exhale, stay, right? Not too much lift to the chin, the neck is long. 2 more breaths in and stay. 1 more here, in and release. Good, bring the hands under the shoulders, tuck the toes. You're either gonna press into the knees to press up or low to high plank and then down dog. Good. Left leg rises, big breath in. Left knee comes forwards. Plant the foot at the top of the mat. Drop the right knee down for low lunge. Inhale up. And we stay. Breath in. Right, fold. Plant the hands and step forwards. Halfway lift, interlace the hands. Exhale, fold, fly the arms, release the arms. Inhale all the way up. Good, we'll go again. Exhale, fold forwards. Right, halfway lift, big breath in. Plant the hands, step the right foot back to lunge, right, lower high, it's up to you. Inhale up, right, so high lunge is knee lifted. Exhale, stay. Breath in, more reach. Fold, plant the hands, stepping back, plank pose. Big breath in from the toes or the knees, lower all the way down, right? Arms reach back, legs long. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, stay. Good, lift the arms and stay. Now lift the legs, right? Get long from crown to toes. 2 more breaths, maybe squeeze the feet together. One last in and release. Right, hands under shoulders, tuck the toes, pressing into the knees or low to high plank. Down dog. Right leg rises, big breath in. Right knee to nose. Plant the foot, right? Low lunge here or high, up to you. Inhale, come up. Exhale, stay. Another breath in. Fold, plant the hands, left foot forwards, right? Halfway lift, interlace the hands. Exhale, fold, maybe fly the arms off the back. Inhale, release the arms, extended mountain. We're starting to cultivate a back bend here. Exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift, big breath in. Hands plant, left foot back, right? Drop the knee or stay up. Inhale, lunge. Exhale, stay. Another breath in, more reach. Fold, plant the hands, stepping back to plank. Big breath in. All the way lower. 1 back bend to hold. Find your variation. Inhale, legs, maybe arms. Right, some of you here might be able to interlace the fingers. Again, the neck is long. Try not to let the breath rock the body so this pose is strong. 1 more breath here. And release. Right, tuck the toes. Take a breath in. And then down dog. Press up and back. Your transition. Left leg up. Big breath in. Left knee to nose. Plant the foot. Right, take your lunge, lower high. Inhale, lift. Exhale, stay. Another breath, more reach. Fold, plant the hands, right foot forwards. Halfway lift, interlace the hands. Exhale, fold. Good, release the arms, come all the way up. Extended mountain or a back bend. Hands to prayer at the heart. Take a couple breaths. Good. So we'll do that flow 1 more time, a little quicker, and instead of the vinyasas, we'll just step forwards. Good. So as you inhale, take the arms up, right? Extended mountain or maybe starting to find the back bend, right? The hips don't thrust forwards. It's the heart that reaches up and back. As you exhale, fold. Right, halfway lift, big breath in. Hands plant, right foot back to lunge. It's just 1 breath. Inhale up, lower high. Exhale, fold. Right foot forwards. Halfway lift, interlace the hands. Exhale, fold. Head and neck surrender. Right, come all the way up. Extended mountain or a back bend here. Exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift, big breath in. Hands plant, left foot back to lunge. Low or high, just this breath. Deep in, rise, heart fills. Exhale, fold. Left foot forwards, halfway lift, interlace. Exhale, fold, maybe squeezing the palms together. Release the arms, come all the way up to stand. Hands to prayer at the heart. Good, second side. Inhale up, maybe a little back bend here. Exhale, fold. Right, halfway lift, big breath in. Hands plant, left foot back. Take the lunge, just 1 breath in. And fold. Stepping forwards, halfway lift, interlace. Right, exhale, fold, maybe the arms fly, head and neck relax. Release the arms all the way up. Good, exhale, fold forwards. Halfway lift. Hands plant, right foot back. Last time, one breath, in, deep, full, expand, fold, empty, step forwards, halfway lift, interlace, exhale, fold, release the arms, come all the way up, bring the palms together, squeeze the fingers closed. All right, so in the front body here, really think hip bones towards the low ribs, tailbone is lengthening. Right? It's the mid back that starts to rise. Pull the heart up. Lengthen the whole body up and out of the bowl of the pelvis. Right? Keep hugging navel to back body. Keep the front body shortening here. Try not to thrust the hips forwards. Maybe tip back. Right? Standing back bend, 3 breaths. Last breath. And then release. Hands to the heart. Just pause. Right, equal balance pose, Samasthiti. Good. Take a nice big breath in and fold forwards here. Great. Step the right foot back like you would for warrior 1. So that 45-degree angle of the back foot. Bring your left hand inside the left foot. Right, soften through the elbows here if you like. Crown dipping towards the earth. Right, if you'd like a little balance and work, bring your hands to your hips or your low back. Right, notice the tendency of the left hip to fly wide, so draw the outer left thigh, left hip back in space. Even here, you could interlace and find the bind for that full humble warrior. Great, 2 more breaths. And then release the arms, come up into warrior 1. If you can here, bring the palms together. And you may notice that you won't get as high through the arms, but really trying to lift and eventually looking up in this pose. Right, notice the work it takes to stay focused, to feel the heart in the upper back, right? These back bends challenge inhale. Let's take 2 more. Good. Hands release to the heart. Come up on the ball of the left foot. Nice slow step into standing pigeon. Take your right ankle to the left thigh. Right, working to open the hips. Sit down and back. And if you have space, also fold forwards here. Nice long breaths. Good, 2 more. We'll slowly come up and step back to warrior 2, right? So a nice long stance. And when you're ready, reach the arms forward and back. Right, notice maybe the tendency of the left arm to pull you forward, so we really want to settle over the hips, right? Same thing, this outer right hip presses down, right? Front knee reaches forwards, also opening towards the pinky outside of that foot. And let's just take a few breaths here to lengthen through the crown. Good, take a big breath in. And when you exhale, come into side angle pose. Bring the left forearm to the left thigh and the right arm, extend it forwards. Really anchor powerfully through the right foot. Use that to extend forwards, right? Take a couple breaths here, right? Slide the shoulders away from the ears so they move together in the back body. And then just start to straighten your left arm along the inner left calf, right? If you can, you slide it deeper. Maybe the fingers tap the earth, right? Take a big breath in. And when you exhale, straighten the left leg and reach the right arm straight up. And if you need to come up a little here for that, that's fine. Right, back into side angle pose. Big breath in. Right, exhale, open into triangle. Right, staying as deep as you can. Keep the left side body lengthening. Good, 1 more time. Right, side angle pose. Triangle pose. Good, back to warrior 2. And then plant the hands at the top of the mat and step the right foot forwards next to the left. Like come into a flat back and then fold, plant the hands and step the left foot back. Warrior 1 stance here, right? Bring your right hand inside the right foot. So my back foot is grounded about on a 45-degree angle. Right, so you'll really be able to see on this side, that right hip is gonna wanna fly wide. We're hugging right hip, right thigh back, right? Hands can stay on the earth as you fold. Maybe hands to hips or low back, challenging balance here. Right? Maybe finding the interlace one last time, working the shoulders and upper back. Right? Maybe that right shoulder can slide inside the inner right knee. Two more breaths. Great, we're gonna come up into warrior one. It's powerful. Release the arms, bring the palms together, right? Start low, but over time, we start to really pull those fingers to the sky. Right? Don't fight the shoulders perfectly square forwards with this variation. If that left shoulder's a little further back in place, it's okay. Try to keep the right knee sinking forwards, and let's just find a few big breaths here into the heart and the upper back. Good. Hands to prayer at the heart. Our little pause. We'll come up on the ball of the left foot and slowly step forwards, right? Left ankle lands on the right thigh. And now sit into the hips. Maybe space also with this stretch to fold forwards. Right, nice deep breaths. Left knee pressing towards the earth. That helps to challenge that outer left hip. And a few more breaths still. Great, so we'll take a big step back to warrior two. Right, set the feet, think heel to arch alignment more or less, right? Always making space for your own sort of body and your own needs. And then when you're ready, reach the arms. Right, the shoulders settle away from the ears, even in the power of the reach. Right knee drives forwards. It also drives or opens here towards the pinky edge side of that front foot. Right, the energy is tall, right? From the tailbone to the crown, we are pulling up and out of the hips, so we need to be stacked here. Great, couple more breaths. Good, now reach forwards, and we'll come into side angle pose, starting with right forearm on the thigh. Right, notice the tendency for that right knee to move back in space, so really try to stack knee over ankle here. Right, shoulders slide away from the ears, find the reach, take a couple breaths. Right, looking down to the side or up really depends on your neck and shoulders. Great, now we'll release the right arm straight along the inner right leg. Slide it deeper if you can, maybe fingertips touch the earth. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, straighten the right leg, take the left arm straight up. Right, inhale back into your side angle. And then exhale again for triangle, and you can lift, right? Make space, find that stretch in the inner right thigh. Good, back into side angle pose. Right, one more time into triangle pose, we pause. Warrior two. And then plant the hands and just step the left foot forwards next to the right. Find a halfway lift as you inhale. Fold, plant the hands, and step the right foot back. Turn all 10 toes to the long edge of the mat here. So a little bit pigeon toe. What we're going to try to do is add just a bend into one knee. So what I want you to do is just put a slight bend, right? 3, maybe 4 inches in the right knee. But otherwise, we're trying to create a wide leg forward fold, right? So it's still a sense of lifting and lengthening through the backs of the legs, and then folding, right? Hands under shoulders. Maybe they walk back in between the feet. Elbows, wrists, and shoulders in line here. But just changing the stretch a little bit with that bend in the one leg. Right? Take 3 good breaths. Good. Straighten the right leg, little lift. We'll do the other side. So putting a bend in the left knee. Right? Big breath in, and then finding the fold. Right, hips high, inner thighs stretching here, both feet anchored. Right, notice if the shoulders are collapsing towards the ears. Good. And then come up. Now both legs straight. Nice big breath in. Sits bones rising. Try to keep the hips in line with the heels. And we fold, right? Maybe as you find all this length lifting the hips and the sits bones, it draws the crown more fully towards the earth here. Again, energy in the shoulders. Right, draw them together in the upper back, lengthening the collarbones in the front body. Take another breath. And then the hands walk out under the shoulders. Good. Turn all 10 toes to the right, back of the mat. Drop the left knee down. Right, nice, deep open through that left thigh. Bring your right hand to the right knee. Bring your left arm up. Right, extend as high as you can. Now extend back as far as you can. And then reach over to the right. Right arm can stay on the thigh. Some of you will have space to drop right fingers to the earth. Just notice, don't take them forwards. You're still in line with the hips. Right, if the navel's twisting to the right, keep it twisting forwards here. Just 3 more breaths. Good. Right, slowly come up. Plant the hands, right? Left toes tuck, left knee lifts, and just turn all 10 toes into the side or long edge of the mat. Take a couple breaths here with a little symmetry. And then we'll do the second side. Now turning back to the front, left foot forwards, right foot back. Right, drop the right knee down. Bring the left hand to the left thigh. You'll extend that right arm up. Right, find a nice tall reach. Reach back now. And when you can't go any further back, reach over to the left. Right, left hand stays on the thigh, or maybe the fingers come down to the earth. Right, 4 more good breaths here. Good, come back up. Plant the hands, right? Make your way back to plank from here. And just slowly, right, lower all the way to the earth. Good. Just take a couple breaths, right? So notice sort of how you've landed. Yeah. So we'll take one of those back bends we took earlier, right? You can take the arms back, right? You can lift the heart, the legs, and the arms, right? Think of rolling shoulders down and away from the ears, right? Some of you may be the possibility here of moving into bow pose. So let's start with locust first, right? Find your lift, right? Honor your own practice here. But just find like 5 good breaths. Right, notice strength front and back of the body. Make sure you can breathe fully and deeply here. Good. And then release. Great. So we'll come up one more time. If you'd like, you can bend the knees. You reach back and grab either ankles, flexing the feet, or top of the feet works as well. Right, we want to squeeze the knees into center. Again, roll the shoulders away from the ears. You want to sense the inner biceps rotating towards the earth, opening through the upper back. Right, you kick the feet into the hands, pull back on the feet, and that'll allow you to start lifting up through the heart. 5 breaths. Right, back bends are meant to be built, so try not to lose height. We gain it incrementally. 3 more breaths. Last 2. And 1. Good. Slow release. Right, hands under shoulders, tuck the toes, press up tabletop pose. Great. And then down dog. Good. So we'll start on the left. So take your left leg up, take a nice big breath in, and then exhale left knee towards the right bicep. Just a little twist here, and then kick that left foot off the mat to the side. All right, come onto the big toe side of the right foot. And if you have space, reach the right arm for the sky. Right, straight up or maybe forwards here, adding a bit of a lateral stretch. Right, it's nice and strong. Good, 1 more breath. And then land the right hand. Take that left leg back, 3-legged dog. 1 more time, fill the lungs. And then bring the knee forwards and step it forwards. Right, anchor your right foot like you would for warrior 1. and bring your left hand inside the left foot. Good. Now bring your right hand to your right hip. And then stack the shoulders and open the heart. Right? You can leave your right hand here. This may be your pose. Some of you will have space for a half bind, which will take the right hand behind the back, right? And sort of look for the inner thigh. Some of you will have space for the full bind, which takes that left upper arm under the left thigh. And so from the other side, it will look like this, right? Half bind or full bind, right? So it's sort of like a bound side angle pose, but a little shorter. And that's because if you have space here, right? So notice I'm working my right shoulder back in space. I'm trying to keep my heart parallel with the wall behind me here. You might be able to straighten your left leg into bound triangle. And it really is like a lift. I'm lifting my left side body away from my left thigh. I'm pulling my crown the same way as the left toes. And I'm really opening through the heart here. So it's a big pose, right? You might have the hand at the hip or even behind the back for a half bind here. Right? You really want to be safe and strong when we build these poses. Take another breath. Great. And then a slow bend back into the front knee if you straightened it. Right? Plant the hands and just step back to down dog. Great. And then second side. So the right leg will come up. Take a big breath in. Right knee towards the left bicep. And then kick the right foot off the mat. Pinky edge side of the foot. Big toe side of the left foot. You can stay or open the left arm for the sky. You might extend that left arm forwards, adding the lateral stretch. 2 more breaths. Good. Left hand lands. Right, we'll take the right leg up for just a breath, 3-legged dog. And then right knee comes forwards between the hands, right? Take that right hand inside the right foot, left foot for that warrior 2 stance, or warrior 1 stance, sorry. Good, stay bent in the front knee, bring your left hand to your left hip, right? Pause, right? Open the heart, stack the shoulders. It's a great place to start. This may be where you stay. Some of you will be able to sneak that left arm behind the back, finding the inner thigh. That's your pose. Some of you will be able to fully bind here, right? If you are fully bound or wherever you are, there is the possibility of straightening the front leg, bound triangle. Lengthen the right body away from the right thigh, right side body. Pull the crown forwards, right? Tendency is for that left shoulder to collapse towards the earth. I'm reaching or pressing it back in space. Strong through the top left side, left hip. Take a few breaths. Wherever you are, breathe. Right? No judgment, no expectation. Another breath. Good. And then a slow bend, plant the hands and step forwards. And then we'll come all the way up to stand. And we'll just pause, right? Sort of where we began. Gentle tuck of chin to chest. Good. And a nice big breath in and out. Right, landing in this sort of inner experience. This pranic sensitivity. This awareness that comes on the heels of powerful practice. Great. On your next exhale, just a nice gentle fold. You can soften the knees and come down to a seat. Good, a deep bend in the knees. Take a big breath in and let's fold forwards here, right? You can reach for the feet. You can wrap your arms behind the legs. Right, taking a few breaths, just letting the body release in one more symmetrical pose, like adding a forward fold just to help settle through the back. Good, restack the spine. All right, come into an easy seat here. Right, and just check in. You might be ready to sort of sit tall. If you feel like you need a gentle twist, by all means, twist the body, right, mindfully one way for a few breaths and then mindfully the other. Right, when you're ready, though, settle into a nice tall seat and just pause. Right, move the breath if you can through the nostrils. Just an easy place to land. So you'll either sort of follow my cues, just visualizing what I'm calling out, or you are welcome to also add the physical alternate nostril breathing here, right? So if you're gonna plug the nostrils, the right thumb comes over the right nostril, and the right ring finger comes over the left nostril. Right, so again, visualizing is just as powerful. So if you can't breathe through the nostrils today, that's just fine. Right, let's breathe in both nostrils. Breathe out both. Right, in both. Plug the left, breathe out the right. In right. Plug the right, out left. Left in. Plug the left, right out. Right in. Plug the right, left out. Left in. Release the hand, both nostrils out. One round of breath, then we go again. So in both, out both. Getting ready, in both. Plug the right, out left. Left in. Plug the left, right out. Right in. Plug the right, left out. Left in. Plug the left, right out. Right in. Release the hand, both out. So alternate nostril breathing, Nadi Shodhana. It's a great way to balance the body, but also to put energy in the central channel of the body. So just pause and acknowledge what's going on. Right? Whether we notice it or not, something is happening. The question always is only if we notice. And allow yourself to drop into inner awareness. It doesn't need words or labels, just be in sensation in the space within yourself here. And certainly this is a great place to begin if you'd like to sit for meditation, or if you'd like to come down to the back body for Shavasana, 5-7 minutes. And whatever does unfold for you next, when your practice does conclude, right, take a moment to acknowledge the power of this practice, right, both in what it offers us and in how it leads us back to ourselves. As always, I hope you got just what you needed. An honor and pleasure to share this space and this practice with you all.